Remember to tip the Wookiee bartenders 20%. No droids, no bystanders, no Raylos, no Ray Nobodies, no Ray Palpatines, no Kyle Ron fans. We don't do daddy butchers here. This is the Cantina. I am the Wookiee Wrangler, your chaos coordinator, your scoundrel scheduler, and I own this place. Anyway, welcome. I want to talk a little bit about Gina Carano's wonderful interview with Ben Shapiro. I have to say, first off, it was refreshing to see a celebrity so open and authentic. 90% of the time, they're not. They're guarded, they're coached, they're hiding behind, whatever persona their PR people want. Gina just went on and was herself. Very, very, very refreshing. Second of all, she said a lot of things about what has actually been going on that we, the fans, know have been going on. Hey, John. That we, the fans, know have been going on for years at Lucasfilm. We have been the subject of the harassment, the bullying, not just by probably the 40 people who are like, oh, we're so upset. She won't put pronouns in her bio. If anybody from Disney sees this and they don't know why we're mocking these people about pronouns in the bio, I want you to understand. I want you to sit back and look at what a stupid fucking thing that idea is in the first place. Okay? It's dumb. Even trans people think it's dumb. It's virtue signaling by people who aren't trans, who just want to glom onto a perceived issue and basically pretend like they're the saviors of all. That's bullshit. Okay? It's dumb. Anyway, it was probably the same 40 people that have been attacking us, that have had, because we all know that there are auxiliary websites out there that do the bidding of Lucasfilm, making Star Wars, Steel Cylinders, Star Wars Explained, and Star Wars Explained has been horrible to Gina. I mean, let's put it this way: if Molly Damon ever said to me in person what she said about Gina on Twitter, if she said it to Gina's face, she wouldn't because she's too chicken shit. She wouldn't to me because she's too chicken shit. But Star Wars Explained has been out there. Even Freddie Prinze Jr. did a video or a meme of a guy slapping a woman. The guys on Drunk 3PO were talking about it. But they were doing that to us, too. They were doing that to the fans. If you didn't they need to go away. Star Wars Explained needs to go away. I don't care how good some of their content is. I am sick to fucking death of Molly and Alex, and I think everybody is. They can either shut up and do Star Wars and keep their opinions to themselves, or they can go find something else, because they are part of the problem. They are part of the problem. Okay, they've discounted it. They've discounted the subscription by 22%. Oh, this shit's hitting the fan. Oh, glorious. This is glorious. I love it. Carl. But, we the fans have been attacked like that it'll be 9 years in October. All right. So then these high school mean girls show up on and attack Gina she wasn't even political. I mean, watching her interview yesterday, it's for free now, so you can find it on YouTube, just look at Ben Shapiro, and it's on there. I watched it. I got an insider subscription. I got a member's subscription for a month so I could actually watch. This is a nightmare for Disney. This is a nightmare for Kennedy. But I'm going to say this, Mean Girls always get what they got coming in the end. Okay. And these people have been mean for too long. They've gotten away with too much. I've said it before, so I'll say it again. It's not just the people at Lucasfilm bullying and harassing the fans. I mean, we got Pablo, who's now hiding behind a protected Twitter account because, oh yeah, of course they did. Because he got in trouble with Disney for attacking fans. You got Matt Martin attacking fans. You got Freddie Prinze Jr., who did the voice of Kanan Jarrus. All of so many who've done really shitty things to people over the years. I mean, I'll never forget the fight. It was in early 2019, 20, okay, I'm going to say 2018, after TLJ came out no, maybe it was 2019. Abunas and Freddie Prinze Jr. got into a fight, and Pablo was in it. And Freddie was being a racist. I know Abunas, hopefully he has the receipts. Okay. But Freddie was being an out-and-out racist. He really, really was. And it was shocking. Mr. Liberal, we have to, make sure everybody gets recognized and appreciated. So you're treating a black man who doesn't like The Last Jedi in the Disney sequel trilogy like that? Because he doesn't like it, his opinion doesn't matter? Is that what we're doing now? Freddie, you fucking loser. You fucking has-been. What are you now, just a voice actor? When's the last thing you did that was live? I mean, these are the questions that need to be asked. I mean, I do have questions on that. What is the last thing besides Scooby-Doo, that he did that made any money? That he's not a star. He's like a Class D. I know. It just, I mean, when you're watching, I mean, just the Rise of Skywalker at the end, I was just like, bleh. It was so vile and gross. You're telling me it's for kids and yet you have this shit on there. Well, we need representation. No, you don't. No, you don't. The people that are saying that they want to be represented, hi Grintilda, are people that are narcissists. So you're feeding a narcissistic personality disorder. Congratulations. That's really healthy for the person demanding to be seen on the screen. All right. And you're going to, but here's the deal. Gina gave us all a voice. She made our gripes legitimate. They maligned her the same way they maligned me and all you. Okay? Disney is seeing it up in real time. Okay? They're seeing it in real time. Go over to the Oscars channel here. Nothing but comments about why did you turn off the comments and likes and dislikes on the Kennedy video. I mean, the fact that she's in hiding. The fact that Gina is out in public and Kennedy's nowhere to be seen. Okay? I already told you my theories about that. I have 3. And I am going to warn you guys, if Kennedy's done and, there's a possibility she can't just keep coming back like a villain from a horror franchise, like Jason. Or, Freddy Krueger. I mean, she has to go, she has to go. There's, you know, we'll be blamed for it. We'll be blamed for it. They're already, mapping that out with the so-called hate mail and kitty litter. Okay, so just get ready, prepare yourselves. Well, look, she's the reason why she couldn't compromise is that you got to understand that generation. Where you're talking about someone whose maturity level ended, emotional maturity level ended at the age of 15. She's got, obviously has a personality disorder of some kind, I'll say, narcissistic. It could be histrionic too, I don't know, which is really sick. She's very obviously wanting control of everything. She can't accept the fact that she's failed at all. I mean, this is, if she were to have to admit, I fucked up, that would, I mean, if she had to say that out loud, I failed, I ruined it, I did a bad job, it would literally be, it would crush her. It would crush her because that is reality. And, them turning off those comments are them trying to deny the reality of the situation. Now they say she's in hiding. Oh yeah, we have. This is classic Mean Girls. I mean, Kennedy telling Gina, you can't sit with us. It's classic Mean Girls. It's classic that sort of, hey Flip, how you doing? It's that sort of attitude you only found in the upper ranks of the popular girls in high school. And, I recognize it because I was a mark. But you gotta understand, again, we're seeing it all over again. This is deja vu all over again for me. But I'm looking at it now, standing on the outside looking in, because now it's somebody else. Somebody else they're threatening. And, well, Mecha Random. Hey, Dave. Mecha Random. Oh, you're right, Josh. Or John. You're right, John. Basically said they're going after Gina's family now. Is that what we're doing? This has gotten out of hand. And, I'm a libertarian too. I have absolutely no time for the left. When I was working on Capitol Hill, I got along perfectly well with the moderate Democrats. Hey, it's Baz Taylor. Baz Taylor. Hello. But now I don't. The reason why is because they've been taken over by a bunch of mean girls. I mean, I find it very funny, AOC whining about the Republican congresswoman who doesn't take any shit from anybody. Hey, Flipped Out is in the house. Flipped Out is a great guy. He's a big supporter of this channel and a good friend. And, there. AOC whining about the mean girls. It's like the only mean girls I see is you. That congresswoman's merely reacting to you. When we get mad at Pablo, at Ryan Johnson, at Brian Young, at Matt Martin, we're not causing the problems. We're reacting to being called names. And when Gina, I hope you guys saw the interview, was sitting there, my heart went out to her because I know how she felt. I know how she felt getting run off because I'm not a Raylo and thought it was stupid. And it's still fucking stupid. She's fighting back. They can't stand it when people fight back. Do you understand? They can't stand it. And it's a war of attrition. and Kennedy's side can't last. Okay, just remember that. They're now going after Carl Weathers for daring to put Gina in a tweet. They're friends. Okay, so now if they think they canceled Gina, Carl Weathers, who by the way doesn't share her political views, can't be friends with her. I want you all to just sit back and go, what? Okay, this is the extent of their maturity level. We're talking about bat shit crazy. Okay. I mean, he's a veteran. I mean, they're going after a guy who's friends with Sylvester Stallone. That okay, go for it. We'll see how long this lasts. You know, um, you know, and you know, KK is in hiding. Do I believe? Yeah, I believe that. But be proud of Gina because she gave you your gripes legitimacy. Okay. They chased basically one of us out of being. Yeah, but have you ever seen her when she's being interviewed and she starts to cackle? The woman, I think, half the time is stoned out of her mind. I'm not kidding you. Go back and look at there's a thing where Alden Ehrenreich is sitting in a chair and you see Harrison Ford walk up behind him. He says, "Get out of my chair." Yeah, I mean, he wasn't joking, by the way. Harry wasn't joking, all right? Because I don't think he liked Aaron. What? Despite what all of you think and what he said, I think he does kind of care about what happens with Star Wars. Okay. She's in the background going like this, looking like she just smoked an entire bowl by herself. Okay? I mean, honest to God. But that's not the only one. Her Rise of Skywalker premiere thing, when she's being interviewed with her twin sister, and Lin-Wen Brennan, who looks just like both of them, is like, Jesus Christ, they tripled. It tripled. It multiplied. She's stoned out. They're all stoned out of their minds. I mean, they were probably passing a blunt around the back of the limo. Okay, you know, I want to explain something. She dresses like a guy. All right. The only time I ever saw her dress like I thought it was cool is she's on the set of one of the movies. I think maybe Rogue One, and she's wearing a cool leather jacket. Now that was a pretty cool outfit. But the rest of the time, it's these boring pantsuits and the same look and stupid t-shirt that isn't a woman's t-shirt. All right. Damn. It's not a woman's t-shirt. Women's t-shirts are v-necked or scoop-necked. This is a very high tight. They're always very high tight. Well, her twin sister, yes, John, her twin sister, and if you ever see Lin-Wen Brennan, and she's like Kennedy's little major domo bird, she looks just like her too. And there are all the three of them up there, cackling like witches around a cauldron. It's like, you know? No, he's not. And so they're going after him. You know, they'll go after anybody right now. They're desperate. But I wanted to talk about this because I was talking to somebody last night, and I think this is Kennedy's last. I think she's done. I really, really do. I don't think she can weather this because it's not going away, especially after the interview. Okay. I really, you know, it's really funny to me. Everybody bringing up Rian Johnson and his trilogy. He doesn't have a trilogy. If he did, Disney itself would say, Disney. I know he was. I know. I mean, he was like, but again, that wasn't his pick to play Han. Anthony Ingruber was. I mean, he knows Anthony. They were in a movie together. A good movie, too. And if you're a Rablo, fuckstick, moron, dickwad, and don't think it was good, fuck off. Okay? The Age of Adeline is a good movie. In fact, I might watch it tonight, just to piss you guys off. It, you know, I don't, but back to what we were talking about, I mean, I had a point I was going to make and now I forgot it. This isn't going away. This is not. You know, if they're dropping, I mean, if they're discounting Disney Plus subscriptions, oh yeah, it would. I mean, it would, Baz. It really, really would. I mean, they have never said a word about it. And I want you guys to kind of understand. It's only Johnson saying this. I know he did, Grintilda, so what? So what? He could handle it. Kennedy can't. I mean, it was really funny reading Carrie's last book and talking about hanging out with him. He's a very quiet guy. He doesn't talk a lot. And they spent a lot of time smoking grass. And his brand, because he's a big guy, he's not a little dude, he's a big man, was a little strong for her. But she's what, 5'1", will weigh 80 pounds? I mean, well, he's running his mouth. I think he's probably running to Kathy's aid. I think he was told, say something to take the heat off of me. Okay, I will, Kathy. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. You know, it's really, someday we'll know the whole story. They're not going to bring Roundhead back. Grintella, just stop with that, okay? Just, I want you to look at what you said, okay? Do you think Disney's that stupid? They have a PR nightmare. Let's make it worse. Because Roundhead doesn't bring any fans. Let me explain what Roundhead brings. He brings people who don't go to the movies over and over again. He brings people that scream for Ray Blow, that obscenity, that fucking porn, and they don't care. They don't go to the movies. They don't buy the merchandise. They don't. There isn't enough of them to make anything he would do profitable. Okay? So think about it. I think that, well, Favreau is gonna, I mean, this is, like I said, listen very closely. This is a PR nightmare for Disney, firing Gina. Go anywhere on the internet. Go on the Star Wars Facebook page. Go on the Mandalorian Facebook page. Go on the Oscars channel here on YouTube. Go anywhere where people can leave comments. It's nothing but "we hate Kathleen Kennedy." And she has to go. Okay? That's bad. Okay? When you've got Disney now discounting subscriptions, I'm not going back. Here's the only way I come back. Dear Gina, we're sorry this happened. We're sorry you were bullied. We're sorry she did this. We didn't know she did this. We've, been following what they've been doing to the fans. They've been told to stop. Now you became a target. And you are one of our best assets. We want you back. We're currently changing personnel at Lucasfilm. The old regime is gone. They've been asked to resign en masse. And if they don't, they're going to be in violation of their contracts and they're gone. I mean, Again, I know Kathleen Kennedy has a contract, but how many violations to that contract has she committed? And why is she still there? Those are the questions that the fans need to ask. All right, those are the questions that need to be asked. Those are the questions that people that run the hedge funds, that fund all this shit, the investors, need to ask Iger and Chapek. Why is she still there? Can we see her contract? Can we see what actually, what is it? Does she have to commit murder, get caught in bed with 3 dwarves and a goat for you guys to fire her? Yeah, and yeah, I think you're right. Disney bully. I mean, Lucasfilm bullies girls. This is the point I was going to make. Divorce yourself, cut yourself off from blaming Disney for this. Gina was only talking about Lucasfilm. She said nothing about Disney. Okay? Nothing. All right? So, it was only Ben Shapiro, and I'm going to be very, very honest. Very, very honest. I know you guys aren't going to listen to me. The only person in that interview that brought up Disney, and it's always Disney Plus, is Ben Shapiro. I did a few things for Breitbart. Mike Flynn asked me to write a piece. Mike Flynn was the guy that ran big government. Mike Flynn passed away the same way Andrew did. He had a heart attack at a young age. A very, very just a wonderful, great man. Just a great guy. And his wife is just an angel. God bless his soul. And, I have a lot of friends. Dana Lash, the DJ, the radio disc jockey, she's a friend of mine. And others. Lee Scott, Uber Films / American Biograph Company, and others are friends of mine. We're kind of like Breitbart alumni. And Shapiro isn't necessarily my team's favorite person. I'm glad he brought Gina in. It's not that he's a bad guy, but there are times when it's like, Ben, shut up. Just I think it's hard to explain. I really wish that Gina would have gotten a hold, or that if Lee Scott had, gotten a hold of her. Yes, you can break away from her. Social level, embedded. If you're the head of JP Morgan Chase hedge funds and you're watching your investments crash and burn, all because of her, that social embedding, all of that is gone, okay? Think of a nicer version of Vito Corleone, okay? Think of a nicer version of Carlo Gambino, slightly nicer version. These guys are very fucking serious, okay? Now, I'm going to say this, that this looked like to me like a mean girl lashing out at Gina. They started picking on her and watching her after she defended somebody else, whose name she didn't mention. But we could go down the list. Carl Weathers, Giancarlo Esposito, Pedro Pascal, somebody. But she said if the name ever came out, it would change everything. I mean, for all we know, maybe it was Rosario Dawson. Maybe it was Katie Sackhoff. Maybe it was John Favreau. We don't know. But we do know she went to bat because somebody was being bullied at Lucasfilm. She saw it. Okay. And, we don't know who it was. But that person could change everything. And I guarantee you, the powers that be at Disney now know who it was. Okay? Because I guarantee you, they've talked to her. They've had to talk to her. If they haven't reached out to her, they're making a gigantic fucking mistake. Okay? This is a PR nightmare. This is a fucking PR nightmare. Again, I want you to go to the Oscars channel when you're done here. Go look at all of the videos. They're all attacking, the comments are all attacking Kennedy. Go to the Star Wars Facebook page. All attacking Kennedy. Go to the Instagram account. They're all attacking Kennedy. No, she wasn't talking about Harrison. It was somebody on the Mandalorian cast. And neither Mark or Harry are on the cast. I mean, Mark was a little bit, but not Harrison. Now, there is somebody with a name that we'd all recognize, that said if you don't, who's attached to Star Wars, who said, if you don't fix the mess at Lucasfilm, I'm leaving. I'm done with Star Wars. Now, I said this before, but for the newbies, it's my money's on Favreau. And if that happens, it's over. It is over. Okay, guys? Kiss Star Wars goodbye. Or it's Dave Filoni. I mean, that's a chance. Or it's Rosario Dawson. Or it's Carl Weathers. Or it could be Peter Pascal. They're friends. He and Gina are friends. And before you start screaming that she's friends with a red diaper baby, she can be friends with anybody she fucking wants. Okay? All right? We're all humans first. Okay, so quit it. Because you're doing what they do to us. To her. To them. Okay? You know, and Pedro's done a lot of stupid shit. But she knows him on a different level than we do. Okay? Or it's Harrison Ford. A name we'd all recognize that's attached to Star Wars. And the reason why I say it could be is simply this. The only movie that's actually in development, getting ready to shoot later this year, is Indy 5. And Harrison Ford is a remarkably generous, kind man on the set. He helps people out. He is a professional to the end when they're working on a movie, and he always has been ever since. I mean, you know, reading Carrie's book and all that. Just he's very self-contained, and back then he really was. But anything that you've ever seen about him or read about him on the set of a movie indicates that he's a professional to the very end, and he doesn't lose his temper publicly a lot. But when you've got Spielberg walking away and only being an executive producer, which is like big deal, when you've got Ford being the last and final say in the Indy script, Kennedy not at all. I mean, he gets, put it this way, lead actor gets more of a say in what goes in the script than she does. That's a huge indication. And if he's seeing what's going on, because let's put it this way, he's a very kind man, and he's never taken a bull. I don't think he's ever bullied anybody in his life. And I think when he sees that shit, I think it probably pisses him off. He'll let you know. He'll let you know to knock it off. I mean, this is a guy who's the father of 3 boys and 1 girl. Okay, 4 boys and 1 girl. So he's, you know, probably talked at length about how you treat people. All right, to his sons and his daughter. And I can't imagine him, you know, with everything else he's involved in, historical aircraft, you know, the reclamation of those, and other things where you have different political opinions. And I mean, if you're in historical aircraft, when they're rejuvenating and fixing them up. When you're in that, you're going to run into conservatives. You're going to run into libertarians. You're going to run into people who are veterans. All right? You're going to run into people who don't agree with you politically on anything. The whole thing is to make sure that B-29 flies. Okay? That make sure that FU-4 Corsair flies. Make sure that P-51 flies. Okay? Make sure that 1930s passenger prop plane flies. Okay, that's the mission. That's what they do. That's what the Experimental Aircraft Association part of it's all about. Confederate Air Force, Collins Foundation, you name it. You can't attack people for saying, I voted for George W. Bush or I voted for Donald Trump and expect to get everybody else to go, get him, bully him out of here. We don't need him. I mean, so he knows better. He doesn't live in that echo chamber the way the rest of them do. He's been out there in the world. Okay. And so if it's him saying it, if it's him getting sick and tired of this shit, it was, it would kill him. Who's they, Flip? I don't even know who you're talking about. Who's they? Spielberg dumped her. Okay, did you not know that? That's news from a long time ago. He dumped her, I think, last February when he decided not to take the directing job for Indy 5. Everybody thought it was his kid. It wasn't his kid. It was KK. He wanted nothing to do with her. And the reason is this, and I've said this before, listen closely. If you're a woman and you fucked a guy's best friend over and expect him to defend you, you're an idiot, because he's always going to stick up for his friend. He is always going to stick up for his friend. Always. That is a rule that I have lived with my whole life. Okay? And it is something that people have to realize. Kennedy is not all powerful. Kennedy is not, sitting on a throne, have some lesbian feed her grapes. I mean, she's done. She's in hiding, for Christ's sakes. Go watch Midnight's Edge video about it. It's hilarious. I mean, apparently, according to the rumors, people were sending her hate mail, leaving nasty phone comments, and sending packages with used kitty litter. I don't believe any of it. I think we're going to find out that was all a hoax. And it wouldn't surprise me that our friend Jason Ward was doing it, if they do have some sort of receipts. But again, we have receipts. We have mean tweets from them, don't we? We have all that. So, to me, I just go bring it, all right? I just go, oops. I just go bring it. They want this fight. They're losing. They're losing. But go and watch and see what Midnight's Edge just got to say. And according to Doomcock, there's more. There's more. And we're just going to have to see what else happens. We're going to have to see what else, comes out, because this isn't over. This is a PR nightmare. Hello? Hello? Okay, we're back. This is a PR nightmare for them. What? Oh, Harrison's my favorite actor too. I mean, but you guys know that. I mean, he, when I think about the men that surrounded her and how she used them to get where she is, and then she failed miserably without him. It's staggering to me. It is literally like, lady, you had the opportunity of a lifetime, and you had the job I wanted, and you fucked up. Okay, but she doesn't believe she did. All right, she's again mentally ill. She's a narcissist. Narcissists have to be taken down. Flip, you're wrong. Okay, you're wrong. This is the final straw. Okay, and you don't want to believe me, that's fine. But this is the final straw. Okay, she's okay. That's all right. And you're right. Her behavior is incredibly narcissistic. You know, here's the thing. She went behind Chapek. Yeah, and they couldn't find anybody. They did. They were trying to find a replacement. Do you remember that? Do you remember? Come on, you remember. They asked Christopher Nolan, for Christ's sakes. He said no. No one was going to go in and take over Lucasfilm in the middle of this jackassery going on. This fucked up trilogy. So and you remember how they announced their contract was renewed? No announcement, no official, boat parade and party, and seeing her carried around on a sedan chair. They just quietly put it out there on a Friday night. That's it. Very quietly. Flip, that says a lot. This is a lot. A lot to me, okay? I know how these people do things. I know how professional settings go. They couldn't find anybody to take over. So they decided, okay, we'll let her do that. We'll get Favreau in to start fixing what's broken, and then we won't resign her to her next contract. What they're doing, and here's a little news if you haven't heard, they hired a lady to basically produce all their streaming stuff named Momita Sengupta, Sengupta. She is a CFO, basically. She will be doing the money, the logistics, etc. She did the same thing for Netflix, and Disney got her away from Netflix. I don't think they're going to replace Kennedy. I think what they're going to do is she'll go away, and then they'll have, Favreau and Filoni run the creative stuff, Sengupta, the production of the streaming stuff, and Rejwan for the feature films. I mean, you've got Kevin Feige. Don't you dare start crying at me. Doing a movie, Star Wars movie. You've got Taika Waititi doing one, which I'm trying to figure out what that could possibly be. It's really interesting to me. They're not telling us what they're about. I almost half expect to see Revan show up, and Nihilus, and Malgus, and Bane. I don't know why. I know there's a story out there that Favreau himself wanted to do a Bane set of movies about Darth Bane. I'd prefer Revan. That's just me. I think Revan's a better story. But so Kennedy isn't doing any feature films except for Indy 5. That's it. And I think whoever said, if you don't fix up what's going on at Lucasfilm, I'm done with Star Wars, it's either someone who's working on Star Wars now or had in the past and is doing, you know what I'm saying? But my money's on Favreau, and I don't blame him. I don't, he wasn't told Kennedy was going to go do this. And I don't even know if she was in her power to do this, to be honest. The story that Gina told was horrific. All right. And it wasn't Disney that did it. Again, let's go back. All right. Let's go back and watch the video, watch her interview again. Where does she ever invoke the name Disney? She doesn't. Shapiro does. And you got to separate the companies. Kennedy, just like she did with the Leslie Headland thing, went behind Chapek and Iger's back and fired her. Favreau didn't see it coming. Gina, I'm sure everybody heard it on the internet, just like just like Gina did. Like, it wasn't professionally done at all. And then the shit hit the fan. From what I've read at Pirates and Princesses, investors are pissed off. I would love that too. And I talked to somebody who's got a better feel for this because he's inside Hollywood, and he said this is the last straw. I don't know what. I know she has to go. Everybody's saying that. Everybody's saying that. We're not saying that she doesn't have to go. But here's the deal. What he said was, this is the last straw. She went behind Iger's back and Chapek's back again. She did not form Jon Favreau. And her problem simply is, when she saw Gina getting all the accolades, being the most popular character in... Stop it! That was on a little high, wasn't it? Okay, well, I'm sorry. I had to, he was crying, so I made him stop. He'll stop now. I feel bad about that shit. Anyway, Gina was the most popular person on Mandalorian. Strong, independent woman, and people loved her. It was organic. It was a real character. It was an organically created. No, if I did that, we would only hear the pirate chicken. It's down in the basement where it belongs. Trust me. And then I'd be getting a headache. He only gets to play with it when he's down when I take him down to his toy box. And she had to be pissed off as hell. This is why I call it Mean Girls. She's jealous. Kennedy is jealous. She's envious. She looks at Gina and realizes Gina is everything that she wanted Ray to be. Okay? And it's true. And that's why they went after her. And I'm going to say this again. Whoever Gina stood up for on the set of The Mandalorian, I think that action made her their target. Okay? That action. Because they don't have any problem bullying people. It's their right, in their opinion. They can do whatever the hell they want. All right? Remember that. Okay? If you are a left-leaning SJW, you can beat the shit out of someone verbally for merely disagreeing over one topic. And you can have them canceled. And it's fine. All right? Kojak, stop it. It's fine for them to do that. If you fight back, then you're a racist, sexist, homophobic bigot. Okay? So they're going to use all the buzzwords to get you. And that's what they did to Gina. And I'm going to say this. She brought up the fact that it was bots that got Fire Gina Carano trending. They would use bots. Most of those people attacking her, I know were fake accounts. I know it. So I'm going to look at Jason Ward and I'm going to ask him what he was doing on there. I mean, were you attacked? Were you part of the Fire Gina Carano thing? I'm going to ask him because that is something that someone needs to ask. I would hope Ichibaka, if he's watching, does a investigation. Maybe 97 Bravo will, because it seems to me that this was all coordinated. And very strangely, by the way, it happened in the middle of Drunk 3PO's charity stream. So it was not only aimed at Gina, it was aimed at us. Okay? It was aimed at you and me and Drunk and everybody. Okay, so this was a message sent to us. And we you know what? We say fuck off. We're going to get what we want. Okay? You can't do this to us anymore. We have to say that. The reason simply is this. No good can come of this unless we take control of a narrative. And with Gina going on Ben Shapiro, if you haven't seen it, watch it. We've got our voices, okay? I know that the Fire Gina Carano stuff was a coordinated attack, and it was not all real accounts. I know it. If you get 5 people and they all have 100 to 200 bot accounts on Twitter, think about the damage they can do. Think about it. All right. The best thing in the world for all of us is if Twitter dies. And if Twitter goes to subscriptions only, where you have to pay for it, it'll die. I mean, because these people would have to pay for a subscription for every one of their bot accounts, and they can't afford it. They can't afford it. You know, they'll complain, well, you took our voices. And it's like, what do you mean? Your voice and the 50 fake accounts you own? I mean, I remember one day when I was still on Twitter before I left and rage quit. Somebody was bothering me, so I went and checked him out. That account was real. But the other accounts answering him were all fake. And you can tell. Good. Good. I mean, if you can talk people into dumping it, why, if your kids want to watch Sleeping Beauty, just buy it. Get it on demand, buy it on demand. That's a one-time thing, and then you don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch it on Disney Plus, and you're not paying them a subscription. You're sending a message, okay? But, you know, again, according to Pirates and Princesses, Walt Disney World Pro, the investors are pissed now. The suits at Disney are losing their minds because they're watching subscriptions crash. Kennedy, I mean, according to Midnight's Edge, Kennedy is in hiding now. She's done. I think she's done. I really, really do. I gotta say, March 9th meeting for what, Dakari? What? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. What's that? What's that meeting for? I mean, because I'm interested. March. All right, so it's 21st today. Why do they need a meeting? Fire her. I mean, I don't think you need to meet anything. You know, what's that March 9th meeting? Can you tell me what it's about? Where did you hear that? Okay, yeah. Yeah, they just had one of those. That's the second quarter. Okay, whatever. Second quarter meeting. But, you know, well, that's going to be a sad one. You know, well, again, Kennedy has a contract. And it's hard to fire somebody that's contracted. Okay? Here's the deal. if you work for the government, the federal government, the executive side, Department of Defense, Department of Labor, Department of Justice, la di da, you you sign a contract, and let's say like you're a GS 10, a GS 9. They can't fire you just like, okay, you're done, you're gone. Like if you're flipping burgers somewhere. The management has to go through hoops, and I've seen it. I've seen my own husband have to do it. And I don't doubt that firing Kennedy would be the same thing. But she can be told to resign. She can be told, you know, I heard stories that there was a Me Too issue going on at Lucasfilm. All right. And I heard it involved Kennedy herself. All right. I heard it was with a girl, by the way. Okay. But again, you know, they couldn't find anybody else to take over. And I'm going to say this. I don't think they'd taken Me Too if a woman sexually harassed another woman. I don't think they'd take it as seriously because that's just a lesbian thing, and we need to let them express themselves or some fucking bullshit like that. You know, do that to me, I'll grab you by the throat and I'll strangle you. Don't fuck with me like that. That's disgusting. Fucking disgusting. I already ripped somebody a new asshole for that once, years ago. Don't fucking do that. Don't assume ever what you're walking into. And the person you're talking to likes that shit. Because you might end up being squashed like a cockroach. Okay? I'm not kidding. All right. So I could see them just letting that go. I would be on, if I was that girl, I'd have my lawyer. I'd be basically telling them, I'm going to go public with this. Okay? Let the chips fall where they may. But this is never going to happen again. All right? There's a lot of shit going down. But, you know, this is, again, a PR nightmare, and it's getting worse with Gina's interview everywhere. Hey, it's General Katarn. How the hell are you, man? I was just thinking about you. Seriously. You know, I'm like, this has been almost sort of like surreal for me to watch this go on. I know that, all right, let's go back to see what they've done to undermine anything Favreau's been doing. Luke shows up. Then the High Republic gets dropped. Everybody mocks it. It's stupid. I mean, that whole video with, hey, General Katarn, that whole video with the writers, you know, racist Justina and misandrist bigot Claudia Gray, la-di-da, all those people. It's very, you know, that happens. It's a failure, and everybody knows it. Right before that happens, Pablo Hidalgo attacks a fan, the Star Wars Theory, for crying when he saw Luke. He was attacking all of us. That fat fuck was attacking all of us. Okay, I'm not going to tolerate being bullied. I'm not going to tolerate being bullied. Do you understand? So if you're a Lucasfilm, one of the 40 that wanted to scream at Gina on a Zoom call, you come at me, brah. You come at me. Come at me. All right? I have been well practiced in beating the shit out of bullies my whole entire life. Okay? I don't tolerate it. None of us do. And I will be the one walking away. You'll be the one rolling on the ground wishing you hadn't opened your damn mouth. All right? So Pablo does what he does. He has to apologize. High Republic comes out. We all laugh, snort, giggle, mock it. And the Fire Gina camp gets fired up again and again and again. And then in the middle of a charity stream, Drunk 3PO is doing, I mean, Jay's a nice guy. He's a really, really, really nice guy. And I want you guys to understand, attacking him is just like, why? Because he doesn't like The Last Jedi? You don't like the Disney sequel trilogy? Well, fuck you. He doesn't have to. And what, you know, we don't have to like it. We have every right to complain about it. You guys screwed up. I hate that you don't want to agree and that reality is something you can't live with, but it's true. Okay, so they fire Gina over Twitter, over the internet. She gets dumped by her PR agency and her management. When you look at all of what's going on in on Twitter, the bots, how they get things trending, it seems to me like it was a coordinated effort. We are. I mean, and I'm gonna say this: if do you guys remember Itchy finding that Kathy M. Kennedy Twitter account? That was her. That's her account. She never uses it, but it's her account. And it was following, or still following, Jason fucking Ward. Okay? That perverted parasite. And I'm going to say this, I think he earns money under the table for attacking fans. For her. For them. Well, here's the deal. This is a war of attrition. And I agree with Cameron Pasha. I honestly want to say that this is probably her last freak out. She lashed out, and she's been lashing out because nothing she's done has worked. The fans hate all of it. But she's also never really hidden her antipathy towards us. She wanted different fans. She wanted, 5 purple-haired losers sitting in a empty theater, and she wanted to entertain them. But the rest of us, who cares? We're all 50 years old. We're all going to die soon. She's almost 70 years old. I think she's a little closer than I am. All right? And anybody else out there who's younger, I think she's a little bit close to that than any of us are. And she says shit like that. She's going to be told sooner rather than later, Kathy, it's over. You got to go. I mean, they can't do this anymore. Do you understand? They can't allow this to happen anymore. Pablo should have been gone a long time ago. I don't even know if he's still there. I mean, he put retired, having fun on his bio, on his old, yeah, he should, Cameron should, on his old Twitter account. And now he's got a Twitter account that Itchy found that, he's probably bitching about us and how bad we are. And, but we all have receipts. We've all had, I don't know any Star Wars fan who was on Twitter who's pissed off about what they did who hasn't had a run-in with Pablo. I really, really don't. The tech giants can do whatever they want. They're gonna die off too. Okay? You've got, there's infighting. They've got, they've got Facebook fighting with Apple right now. You know, Google could be taken apart in a monopoly lawsuit. They all could be. So I'm not worried about them anymore. All right, I'm really, really not. I'm concentrating on what does Bob Iger and Bob Chapek do now, because that interview Gina had has already reached about 500,000. I want you to think about that. Everybody who's watched it, everybody who's watched, yeah, he has been. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes he goes silent. You know, I don't know. I'm sort of, I'm kind of used to people to go silent. I do know. Damn it! I just turned this off. I do know that Doomcock has been crippled by the ice storms in Texas, so he can't. He has a video. He's got information about what's been going on at Lucasfilm, and it wasn't just Kennedy who was part of the firing of Gina. So we don't know, but all we do know is that Kennedy is now hiding. All she had to do is stick up for her. We don't always all agree on everything, but Gina is a family member here. She's a very integral part of the future of Star Wars, and we're glad we love her, and we're glad she's here with us. She's part of our family. That's all she had to say. It would shut everybody up, but instead she went mean girl. Okay, and I gotta say this: you can't do that. You can't do that, because the fans are going to be pissed, and oh my God, we are. I'm shocked. It's so anyway, I am waiting for the other shoe to drop. I really, really am. I'd like to know who actually threatened to leave if they don't clean it up. See, that's the key. That is the key. Kennedy should not be allowed to stick her nose in something she didn't have anything to do with in the first fucking place. Okay? And that was Mandalorian. She pulled a power move that she didn't have. All right? And, other people are going to say, well, yeah, she did have it. No, she didn't. Why is she in hiding? Do you honestly believe that people are sending her hate mail? You'd have to be smoking some really good ganja to believe that. You know what I believe? I believe she's in hiding because, I know she does, because Claudia Gray's gross. Claudia Gray's just a bitch. Her books should be canceled. Her deals should be canceled. She's a terrible person. G.K. Johnson should be canceled from Star Wars. Justina Ireland, Daniel Jose Older. The list is endless. But let's go back. I don't believe one word of that. She's received hate mail, so she's in hiding. No, she didn't receive hate mail. No one's sending her dirty cat letter either. She's in hiding because the Bobs and the investors want to have a word with her ass. That's why she's in hiding. All right? Because she did something she wasn't probably allowed to do. All right? This is bad for her. Okay? I know a lot of people don't want to believe it. It's fine. You don't have to. But everything I've read, and whenever Walt Disney World Pro shows up, whenever Minute's Edge has a video up, whenever Doomcock's got something, whenever my own contacts say something, I listen. And I'm going to tell you something. Everything that they've said about a civil war going on at Lucasfilm is true. Is true. And the Gina Carano thing proves it. Kennedy went around did an end around, and there. She went into hiding after the video came out. I think she went into hiding because the reaction was so overwhelmingly, fuck you, bitch. And the Bobs are like, we want to talk to you, Kathy, right now. Right now. You know, this whole I am woman and you can't fire me shit has got to be over. All right, there has to be some sense of normality brought back in and professionalism. Okay, so yeah, I gotta go. If you haven't seen Gina's video, please go watch it. Go back and go to everything Midnight's Edge has posted about what's been going on with Gina. The one from Friday night, Kennedy in hiding, is hilarious because it shows all of the comments to a great piece of music, and I was laughing my ass off. So go see that, and then go and check out Pirates and Princesses blog and see what WDW Pro says. And then we just have to wait for Doomcock. But my guy thinks that Kennedy's done. Thanks, John 42. And I agree with him. I can't see where she goes from here. I can't see where they're like, yeah, you can break a promise. You can, stick your nose where we told you not to. You can, just do a power play over John and Dave. They don't care. Bull fucking shit. All right. And if you're on Twitter, why don't you do something for me? Go look up Frank Marshall, the doctor, and say, hey, yo, why do you let your wife act like this? Just ask. Okay? You're welcome, Dakari. Just ask. Why do you let your wife act like this? Because if I did, my husband would kill me. He'd be really pissed off. Frank Marshall, you need to get control of your wife because she's fucking everything up. Okay. All right, this is Steph. Signing out. I'll see you guys around the galaxy and behave yourselves. You're welcome. Baz, Dave, General Katarn, Flip, Dominique, John, Gruntilda, etc., etc., etc. I love you all. Have a good day. Chris. Hey, no problem. I wanted to speak my mind. I know like I sound like a broken record, but we got to run with the news we got. Okay? Go and watch Gina's interview. And again, notice one thing. She never mentions Disney. It's only Lucasfilm. And it all roads lead to Kathy fucking Kennedy. I'll see you around the galaxy.